Have you ever seen something so cute it made you want to pet it, and then realized it could kill you faster than a bad Tinder date? No. Meet Lonomia obliqua, the caterpillar that looks like a tiny wig but packs the same lethality as a horror movie villain with a PhD in biology. It's soft, it's fuzzy, and if you touch it, your blood might just leak out of places you didn't know existed. Still want that Instagram photo? How can something that looks like it belongs on a Muppet cause internal bleeding and land you in the ICU? Today in this video, we're diving into the deadly, hilarious, and totally true world of venomous caterpillars and how to turn this madness into storytelling gold. Meet the caterpillar that makes serial killers look lazy. Let's stop dancing around it. Lonomia obliqua is a venomous caterpillar from South America that's so deadly, even snakes are like, yo, take it easy. This thing isn't messing around. It doesn't bite. It doesn't hiss. It doesn't even growl because it's a freaking caterpillar. Instead, it covers itself in little hair-like bristles. Innocent? But these bristles are basically venom-filled hypodermic needles. And if you brush against one of these walking nightmares, you're not just getting a rash. You're getting internal bleeding. Seriously, internal bleeding. People have bled out from the inside after touching these things. The venom stops your blood from clotting, so you slowly become a human water balloon with a leak. Guinness World Records calls it the most venomous caterpillar in the world. This isn't exaggeration. It's science. Between 2007 and 2017, over 42,000 cases of Lonomia stings were recorded in Brazil alone. That's not a typo. 42,000. One woman accidentally brushed her leg against a tree filled with them and was hospitalized within hours. Her blood was so thin, she could have been sponsored by Gatorade. Want more nightmare fuel? There are plenty more creepy crawlers. Lonomia might be the boss level, but the underlings aren't exactly cuddly either. Let's meet a few more of nature's greatest pranksters disguised as plush toys. First, we have the puss caterpillar, Megalopyge opercularis. Sounds like something out of Hogwarts, right? This little beast looks like a walking toupee. But touch it and you'll feel like your soul just got tasered. The sting causes searing pain, nausea, vomiting, and in some cases what doctors lovingly call chest-crushing panic. Victims have described it as worse than childbirth and like touching Satan's beard. Then there's the oak processionary caterpillar, which sounds like a type of posh British parade. But no. These caterpillars march in creepy little lines and leave behind trails of microscopic toxic hairs. Found across Europe and the UK, they cause skin rashes, eye damage, and respiratory distress. That's right, you don't even have to touch them. Just being nearby during their annual toxic caterpillar conga line can send you to the ER. And we can't forget the brown-tail moth caterpillar, native to New England. These jerks don't sting directly, they just shed hairs like a furry pollen bomb. If those hairs land on your skin or get into your clothes, you're in for weeks of burning, itching, and swearing. In fact, in 2025, Maine saw a 60% jump in medical visits because of these things. That's not pest control, that's pest warfare. The cutest assassin in nature. Let's get nerdy for a second. How does Lonomia actually pull off this slow-motion murder? Lonomia spines contain a venom that shuts down your body's clotting system. Normally, if you get cut, your blood forms clots to plug the wound. But if you've been stung by Lonomia, that system goes offline. Instead of clotting, your blood just keeps leaking. Internally, externally, in places blood should not leak from. People don't always know they've been stung. The caterpillar is often hiding on tree bark. Victims lean against a tree, scratch their arm later, and suddenly they're bruising all over like a banana in a blender. In severe cases, this can lead to multi-organ failure and death if not treated quickly. The antidote is an anti-venom developed by scientists in Sao Paulo, and yes, there's an entire department of smart humans working full-time to fight one fluffy worm. The global invasion. As if this story wasn't already ridiculous enough, here's the sequel you didn't ask for. Climate change is helping these nightmare noodles spread. Warmer winters and longer summers are expanding the habitats of venomous caterpillars like the oak processionary and puss caterpillar. In the UK, oak processionary infestations have reached new highs, especially around London and southern England. DEFRA, the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, has issued multiple warnings. Avoid trees. Avoid caterpillars. Avoid everything that looks like it belongs in Winnie the Pooh. That's not their official message, but it probably should be. Meanwhile, in the US, the puss caterpillar is staging a furry little comeback tour across the Southeast. Texas, Florida, and even parts of the Midwest are seeing more stings than ever before. It's like Mother Nature got tired of subtlety and decided to throw in a few biological jump scares. From death wig to story gold. Now let's flip the video. If you're a content creator, storyteller, or educator, you've just been handed narrative gold on a fluffy, toxic platter. This story is loaded with mystery, irony, horror, and science. And best of all, it's true. But how do you tell it in a way that makes people stop scrolling and start listening? Start with a hook that slaps your audience across the face with curiosity. For example, this caterpillar can make your blood leak out of your eyes. And yes, it looks like a bad hairpiece from a 1980s soap opera. But that's your first 7 seconds sorted. Next, build suspense. Ask a compelling question. What if the most dangerous animal in your neighborhood didn't have fangs but fur? Introduce the creature. Share the facts. Layer on the weirdness. Then, break the tension with humor. He didn't know if he was sweating or bleeding. Finally, resolve the arc, show the solution, like the creation of the anti-venom. Then leave them with a mic drop. Nature doesn't roar. Sometimes, it whispers. And sometimes, it whispers with poison. How humor can save science from boring itself to death. Humor isn't just a way to make people laugh, it's a tool of engagement. When you're dealing with serious content, like venom, death, and internal bleeding, a little levity can be the spoonful of sugar that keeps people watching. This caterpillar causes severe hemorrhaging and must be treated quickly. This thing turns your blood into a useless juice box and could send you to the hospital before your coffee's finished brewing. One makes your audience sit up. The other makes them click away. Oh, don't be afraid to use funny analogies, weird metaphors, or voiceovers with ridiculous comparisons. Think, this bug looks like your grandpa's toupee grew legs and got a vendetta. It's not about making light of real danger, it's about keeping your viewers awake long enough to care. Let's recap. There are caterpillars out there that can mess you up in ways even your ex couldn't. Lonomia obliqua can cause internal bleeding. The puss caterpillar can make grown adults scream like toddlers. The oak processionary moth has turned parts of England into sneeze zones. And the brown-tail caterpillar can turn your favorite sweatshirt into a pain delivery device. But behind all this madness is something powerful, a story worth telling. And if you tell it well with suspense, emotion, visuals, and humor, you'll hook your audience from the first word to the last second. You made it to the end. You're still here. That means one of three things. You're fascinated, you're afraid to touch your couch because of fuzzy things, or you're planning a killer story about caterpillars. Whichever it is, use it. Hit that like button if you've ever been betrayed by something soft. Subscribe for more dangerously weird facts turned into storytelling gold.